Hey, talk about cereal. I thought I could finish it before we got started. Say that good night. This is a Dynasty Deity presentation by the BTTM. It's going to be one of my personal leagues. Give you first-hand experience of how I maneuver, how I drafted, how I manage this team in this real-life Dynasty League that I am the deity of. I am the god. I shall bow down, bend the knee, pay me fealty. This one I actually didn't win though. I'm only in 3. I won my other 2. This is a $50 buy-in, I think. You had to pay 2 years in advance. Maybe $75. It's not expensive. It's like the cheapest one I'm in. A bunch of randos, didn't know any of them. Found on Sleeper through League Safe too, or it's connected to League Safe. NCHoes or NCHoes, non-commissioned officers. I don't know. I guess they're army people. I like the name. So let's get into it. We're gonna go over league settings. Draft. I've only been in it 1 year. We just finished year 1, 2024. So this is the scoring. 4-point passing touchdown. Basic generic scoring. There is big play bonuses. You get 0.1 point per rush attempt, so that's a PPC. But not significant enough, I guess, where I'm going to prioritize it. It's also a start 3 wide receiver, and it's got a 1.7. It's got a 0.75 premium for tight ends. 1.75 points per tight end reception with a normal PPR, hence the 0.75 premium. But yeah, it's super flex. Start 11, I think, because you got 3 wide receivers and 3 flexes, I believe. Let's see. Can we see? Yeah. Yeah. 5, 6, 7. Yep, start 11. No kicker, no defense. But yeah, this is our draft. I had the 6th pick right in the middle. With it being a 3 wide receiver, I decided to hit wide receiver hard. I mean, not just to start 11 3 wide receiver, so it's 3 flex and 3 wide receiver. I knew I wanted at least 3 solid starters and then 1 solid flex immediately. So as you can see, I go 4 wide receivers in my first 6 picks. There's a decent premium too, so I go tight end pretty early. I wasn't 100% sure I was competing. I mean, I always try to compete, but this draft style, I did not go running back. So I made it a point to get young, valuable assets that would retain value or gain in value going forward, that also play into the league settings. So with it being a start 3 wide receiver with 3 flex, I addressed wide receiver. I got some young, valuable wide receivers early. I also got a young, valuable tight end. Hindsight, I probably should have went Bowers instead of Laporta. Whatever. Never live that down, probably. That sucks, but I still like Laporta. Bowers won at 312. But I didn't get the first tight end. Someone went tight end before me, and then he went tight end the next round, too. He really hit tight end. He actually didn't even hit wide receiver. I don't know who that dude is. He went Hall, White, Henry. His first receiver is Ridley. I feel like that's awful. roster construction. I'm very curious who that is, but I blocked out the names. I was one of the first to go 4 wide receivers, I guess. I guess I was the first. I went golf in Mayfield. I love fading QB, and I love that's like the perfect QB. That's a great QB room. I'm super satisfied with that QB room right there. Then you got Justin Fields, and after what I heard about Justin Fields so far, I feel even better. Maybe. Oh yeah, I can't make that wider or bigger. It'll go off screen. But yeah, I got Ingram and Laporta and Fant. I got a decent tight end room. Ingram ended up being injured, and Fant didn't really produce, but overall, I feel fine with that tight end room. Running back got Brian Robinson, Chase Brown, Jalen Wright, Mostert. Ended up getting Estime, all that. And basically, at this point, I was like, all right, I might not be competing unless one of these hit. So let me just get all the young running backs I can. And I still hit wide receiver with Samuel, Quentin Johnson, Tez Walker, Malik Washington, Johnny Wilson. Just got a lot of young prospects that I liked. Really liked the 24 draft, especially the wide receivers. So I just wanted to get as many of those as I could. And I was a believer in Quentin Johnson, so I thought I got good value there. And 15th round ain't bad. I mean, he outperformed, I think, a 15th round pick. So I ain't mad at it. Let's go to the second half of the draft. So I was at Justin Hill. So we got Bud Means, Parker Washington, Marquise Tipton, I think, Anthony Gould, Tyquan Thornton, and then Brenton Strange. Brenton Strange ended up being a steal with the 30th round pick. And now he's a starting tight end, it looks like, as well as Ingram. That was my plan, really. Just to go back. Like, I hadn't been in that many leagues, and a super flex with 3 flex and start 3 wide receiver. I wasn't sure how to build this team. Ultimately, I ended up loving my draft. I love my wide receiver room. I love the depth, but I love the value. And I love the potential. I mean, Malik Washington, Johnny Wilson, Tez Walker, even QJ, they can still rise. I like the young running backs I got. I mean, Brian Robinson might lose his job. The Redskins could, or Commanders, my bad. Commanders could draft the running back. A lot of people think they will. Some maybe think the Bengals will too, but Chase Brown's done good. They don't have to. I'm reading reports that they think the Dolphins will draft another running back. If they've drafted A-Chain and Wright back-to-back years, I think they weren't efficient or weren't good because Tua. I mean, that whole offense fell apart. The offensive line wasn't healthy. Tua wasn't healthy. The wide receivers weren't healthy. They weren't able to fucking be vertical threats at all with Skylar Thompson and Hudley or Brett Hudley, whoever the fuck is their quarterback. Mostert was a win now kind of guy. I was hoping, because like I said, I wanted to compete. So I was hoping Mostert would have the same kind of production that he had in 2023 maybe. I thought Brian Robinson and Chase Brown were going to improve from 2023, so that's why I got good value with them. And I thought Wright had a chance to maybe be the running back one if Mostert got hurt. Plus, I just like Wright going forward. He was one of my favorite young rookie running backs in the 2024 class. Estimate too, so that's what that was. Isaiah Davis, I like him. His situation kind of sucks, but he's from North Dakota State, South Dakota State. He's from one of those small schools. I think a FCS school. I like Braylon Allen a lot, but I liked him too. Rasheen Ali, I think, out of Marshall. He had some injuries, but he was pretty productive in college. I thought he could be a sleeper, and maybe Henry wouldn't hit the ground running or would get injured, and that might present an opportunity for Ali. And Cody Schrader, what he did in Missouri, I thought he would be all right. And then I basically finished up with just a ton of young wide receivers, just really hammering that home. Plus, you got the 4 taxi spots, I think. So that was my draft. This is how my roster ended the year. I don't know why I got a taxi. I think I just took them off taxi. I did that after the season was over. In season, I left all 4 taxis, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't know who it would have been. Didn't make any trades, so pretty much everyone I drafted. I mean, CeeDee Lamb, BTJ, Marvin Harrison Jr., Xavier Worthy, Malik Washington, Troy Franklin. Oh, I was able to get Troy Franklin on Fab, I guess. Someone dropped him because I didn't draft him. That's awesome. Why would you drop him? That's super. I'm super glad I got him. I love Troy Franklin. I like his potential. Tez Walker, Johnny Wilson, Kendrick Bourne. I think I ended up getting Kendrick Bourne. Darius Slayton, who's got a chance to be a sleeper this upcoming year, I think. QJ, Noah Fant, Bud Means, Evan Ingram, Justice Hill, Justin Fields. So we got Mac Jones, Trey Lance, and Justin Fields to go along with Baker Mayfield and Jared Goff. Mac Jones now with the 49ers, but he got to start a little bit with the Jags. I liked him in preseason. I like him anyways. I mean, and Trey Lance, if he ever gets a shot again, maybe he's all right. He still hasn't played a lot of football. He hasn't really had a fair shot, I guess. I don't want to say. I mean, he lost his job to Mr. Irrelevant, so I think he had a fair shot. He got beat out by someone, but he didn't play a lot of football in college, and then being injured and stuff, it just kind of put him in a lose-lose situation a little bit. I'm going to end up having the 105, 205, 305, and 405 picks in this year's draft. And it's a heavy running back class, which I kind of knew going into. I knew this 2024 was a heavy wide receiver class, so I wanted to get as many 2024 rookie wide receivers as I could, especially top level like BTJ, Marvin Harrison, Xavier Worthy. Those are damn near my top 3 probably. Neighbors obviously would have been there, but I'm not mad about getting these top 3. Then also getting Malik Washington, Troy Franklin, Tez Walker, and Johnny Wilson. Those were some of my sleepers that I was able to get. And then getting a 2023 underperformed like Quinn Johnson, who I still kind of believe in. That was really fucking cool. I'm cool with that. Then running back getting Estime and Wright. 2 young guys that I like. Isaiah Davis too. Justice Hill, who's a guy that can perform, in a stretch. If I need to flex him or, put him on starting lineup for whatever reason, he'll probably get some points. He won't get 0 most likely. Chris Rodriguez, he was kind of insurance for Brian Robinson. Plus, he did pretty good in 2023. He did pretty good in 2024 when he played for Brian Robinson. I think he's a little bit better than what people give him credit for, but he was a late-round pick, doesn't have draft capital, and he's a little older. Just Chris Brooks, I don't know. Anyways, Green Bay's got a lot of decent running backs. Chris Brooks looked pretty good. Took a flyer on him. He'll probably get dropped. With the 0.75 premium for tight ends, I'm happy with my tight end room. Having Laporta, having Strange, having Ingram, and having Fant. Could also draft a tight end at 205, although I'm probably going running back. Since Ingram, Strange, and Laporta are all looking like being starters, like they're going to be tight end 1s for their team. Ingram on Denver, Strange at Jacksonville, possibly replacing Ingram, who he did basically all last season, did pretty well. And then Laporta, who was tight end 1 as a rookie and like tight end 3 this past season. I feel good about tight end room, so I don't necessarily need to get a tight end. It is a deep tight end draft, though. There's a chance Harold Fannin and Aronde Gatson, they'll fall to me in the 3rd or 4th round. I'm sure there's going to be running backs that fall to me in the 3rd round, too. I'm probably going running back with my first 3 picks just because this team needs running back pretty bad. I'll have a better idea, I guess, after the draft to see if the Bengals or Commanders, draft running backs. See if the Dolphins or if Denver does, too. get an idea where Jalen Wright and Audrey Estime are going to end up on the depth chart. See if Chase Brown and Brian Robinson still have starting roles. But overall, this is a pretty good team, I think, to start Dynasty league with. It's a start 11 with 3 wide receivers. I mean, Lamb, BTJ, and Martin Harrison, my 3 starting receivers, man. Young, talented. Oh, we got Isaac Grindo, too. I keep ignoring Isaac Grindo. I didn't draft Isaac. I got him on Fab, so that's tight. Super, I like him. And they got rid of Mason. Mason ended up going to the Vikings, so Grindo's basically running back 2 now. And he looked good, too, when he was healthy, filling in. And you don't know what's going on with McCaffrey, so whatever running backs in that offense is going to fucking produce. And Grindo's super athletic, running like a 4.3 40, explosive, home run threat, kind of big, too, like 20 pounds. Definitely can run between the tackles and can be a high volume kind of guy. And he hasn't really had a lot of carries of tread on the. He still got tread on the tires, I guess. No wear and tear because he didn't run the ball a lot in college. Oh, so yeah, I kind of forgot about him. I like him too. There's a couple running backs these guys I liked. And yeah, Grindo, Estime, Wright, Braylon Allen. Brooks I liked. And Tyron Tracy. Those are probably some of my sleepers or some of the guys I was really looking to target in, late 3rd round fab, 4th round area. Sadly, I wasn't high on Bucky Irving. That's regrettable. You're going to have misses, whatever. The situation and then just the talent. I wasn't sure how good he was at Oregon with the competition. Then he didn't test that well, and he wasn't like Kyron Williams or something where he looked like he was a between the tackles kind of guy or something where not testing well wouldn't be an issue. He seemed like he relied on explosiveness and elusiveness, and he didn't test like he had that. And it turns out he has that pretty well. Apparently he moves as fast or faster game speed or in pads. I don't know. Just didn't test well. Also on the film at Oregon, man, like Jordan James looked better than him a lot of times. I thought his sophomore year was better than his junior year. I wasn't sure about him. Whatever. You miss some. That happens. This is the standings. Finished 9th. I started tanking once I wasn't didn't make the playoffs, but that's also kind of pointless because it was least points possible, I guess, draft order. So like they went by your, if you like didn't start your best players, they went by possible points. It was like best ball, I guess. They took your most points possible, I guess, and that's how I guess they dictated the draft order. Was if you didn't make the playoffs, then it was listed by most possible points, or however the fuck you word it. And so I finished, I guess, with the 5th on that. They sell me 4th because the record in points 4, but like I said, they didn't go off record, and points 4 they went off of. Yeah, they didn't go off record at all. I mean, so it didn't matter if I was 15 and 13 or fucking 4 and 24. It went off most possible or points or something. So then at 105. Is what it is. I feel like it was in there. I just maybe didn't understand it, or maybe I was hoping it wouldn't happen. I don't know. I just tried to tank just because I didn't know what else to do with my team. I wasn't making the playoffs. I'd already been eliminated. I was like, fuck this. I probably stuck around too long, but once again, if it's most possible points, it really wasn't nothing I could do. So that's the standings. That's how I ended this league. Looking forward to winning it next year and foreseeable future. With my draft capital, I think I can really build a solid winning team. Rookie running backs are hit and miss, so I don't know how much I'm going to be able to rely on them. I'm not really good at trading. I'm not really good at in-season. I'm good at in-season moves. I do good on waivers. I got Garindo. I got Troy Franklin. I'm going to get Mac Jones and some others. I mean, we'll see how good that ends up being. But as far as finding value and valuable players and rosterable players, I get rid of unrosterable players and get rosterable players, in my opinion. And I get players who... Troy Franklin should not have been a free agent. Isaac Garindo should not have been a free agent. So those are gains for sure. Mac Jones probably shouldn't have been a free agent. So you have no problem getting those guys off waivers or with Fab or whatever. And there'll be more guys like that next year. Dudes just underestimate or quit on guys. I see some of the guys these guys roster and some of the guys they drop, and it's fucking hilarious to me. Like, what are you doing? How are you dropping Isaac Garindo and fucking Troy Franklin or Mac Jones in your roster and fucking I don't know. Marcus Scantling or something. I have no idea. But yeah, some of the guys that are rostered and like are kept or guys dropped is just mind-boggling to me. That's every one of my leagues, though. Definitely view talent differently. Have an eye for talent, and like they don't all pop, but like this is just someone I'm getting off waivers. Like fucking nothing. Like this is a freebie. Someone like dropped this individual, and yeah, it's a. I have a pretty good hit rate. My roster improved significantly off of just waiver wire pickups, so I don't even need to make trades usually. But a lot of times it's just hard for me to come to an agreement with people where there's a just equal valuation as far as what I'm getting, what I'm giving up, I guess, and vice versa. Yeah, I don't meet other people's valuations a lot of times. I feel like they don't meet mine though. Like they all come after my popular players. Like everyone's popular player. I'm at least willing to go for like Jalen Cokers and shit, but then people want to act like it's not like a risky move. Like they want fucking significant value for it. It's like, man, I just want him because I feel like I can buy him low, or I like his potential. I'm not really trying to pay for him. And it's like this dude might think he is, but then then you go off and you drop Isaac Garindo. Like that would have been a dude I would have traded maybe a third for, and I wouldn't have been able to get it done. Dude would have wanted a second, and then he ends up dropping him, and then I get him for fucking nothing. Jalen Coker, Cedric Tillman easily could have been that dude too. Like I'll give you a 4, I'll give you a 5th. We got 5th round draft picks on this team, right? 4th round draft picks. I'll give you a 4th for him, but no, you dropped him. And you tried to fucking get an arm and a leg when he was starting for those 2 weeks and he was going hard, and then like Troy Franklin, same thing. Like I would have given you a 3rd for Troy Franklin probably. And you wouldn't have taken it probably. And then you just end up dropping him. So okay, cool. So that's what I run into a lot when I try to trade. It's like, I mean, I'm going for young guys with potential. I mean, that's what I want, but I'm trying to pay fair value. I'm not going to pay you for a guy like he's fucking Bijan Robinson or Marvin Harrison. Like, he doesn't have the draft capital. He doesn't have the situation. He doesn't have the talent. But he does have some talent. He does have some potential. There's a chance he pops. But I'm not going to fucking pay like it's a can't miss. It's like a 60% chance he misses, 70% chance he misses. Like, I'm going to pay you like that. I'll give you a 3rd rounder where there's like a same 30% hit rate. I'm not going to fucking... It's probably lower than 30%, but for me, I give myself 30%. I don't know. I might even give myself 50%. It depends on what hit rate is. But 50% of the time, I'm going to get a guy that I'm comfortable rostering. I like having on my team. There's upside, there's potential there, there's some confidence or belief or faith there. Situation maybe it's good. I mean, obviously injuries and other things can play out. A trade can happen, or things can change rather quickly. But for the most part, yeah, my hit rate's gonna be all right. But that's basically it with this league. I'm not going really in depth in this league because I didn't win. There's no like playoff matchups. There's no trades that happened. It was pretty much like a start, set it and forget it. It was really kind of a quiet league. But I like my team going forward. It's the deepest league I've played, and the only one with a start 3 wide receiver. So yeah, I'm excited about it. I like my draft capital for this draft, and this draft is strong in areas that I'm weak, so I can really adjust the running back position. I might be able to get a Marion Hampton or Quinshon Judkins with 105. Really hoping that happens. And with 205, I don't know. Get another running back. Trayvon Henderson will be gone. But maybe Caleb Johnson or DJ Giddens, Dylan Sampson. I don't know, there'll be another quality running back, I think, at that stage. And then also in year 2 with Audrey Gestime, Jalen Wright, Isaac Garendo, Isaiah Davis. One or a couple of those maybe end up getting, a better role or significant, upgrading usage and productivity. So, I mean, year 2 running backs pop typically. Chase Brown and Brian Robinson both did, I think. Chris Robinson, I think, got shot in the leg as a rookie. But yeah. NCHoes, baby. That's that league. Dynasty Deity here, the BTTN. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. That's how I maneuver a start 11 3 wide receiver draft with the mid pick. Start 11 or 11 team or 12 team. I mean, start 11. Hit wide receiver pretty hard. Hit the rookie class pretty hard. The 24 class I was really excited about and liked. Hit that pretty hard. Got young running backs. Waited. A running back kind of faded running back. Faded QB a little bit too. QB room of Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield, and Justin Fields. Did I get Justin Fields in the draft? Yeah. 13th round. That ain't bad. Because he wasn't supposed to be the starter with the Steelers. But whatever. I'm a believer in him. Ain't bad at all. And then Mac Jones and Trey Lance too. Quarterback could be an issue. If Justin Fields ends up getting injured, losing a starting job to the Jets. We'll address that if that needs to be. I mean, as of now, I think I'm good. I think there's a chance Mac Jones takes the job from Brock Purdy, honestly. Brock Purdy, he just got that contract, though, I think. So he's kind of safe, but without having Deebo Samuel, and if they're able to get rid of Brandon Ayuk, and I'm not 100% sold on Ricky Pearsall, and if McCaffrey isn't able to stay healthy, I think we're going to see who Brock Purdy really is. And from a talent aspect, I don't think he's more talented than Mac Jones. I mean, he was Mr. Irrelevant for a reason. But he's smart, and he can manage a game, and he's accurate, and he makes good decisions. And I mean, he was a pretty good quarterback at Iowa State. So I'm not going to completely bash him, but I mean, a lot of people think that Mac Jones went to the team that he probably should have went to all along. The 49ers maybe think they got the guy they maybe should have got all along instead of drafting Trey Lance. Supposedly they moved up to the 3rd overall pick to get Mac Jones, and at the last minute went Trey Lance for whatever reason. And coincidentally, I got Trey Lance on my team too. So Curious to see what he ends up doing. Real surprised he didn't get an opportunity with the Cowboys last year. That's kind of annoying. I wouldn't have signed with the Cowboys. I don't get that with the Cowboys. You knew what you had with Cooper Rush. Why not see what you have with Trey Lance? That either means Trey Lance really fucking sucks or the Cowboys are just really horribly run. And it's quite possible both are true. Because the Cowboys are not ran very well. And Trey Lance very well could fucking suck. So, but that was interesting to me. Either way, that's my team. That's how I build it. And there's a lot of wait and see on this. This is the only team that I really kind of have that where I'm not actually, or I didn't really compete in year one. I didn't make the playoffs. I do think I'll be competing next year, but it's kind of hard to say. Too early to say. I'll have a better idea come August, September. Can't wait. Anyways, Dynasty Deity, BTTN. I'm Beast That Thing. Peace out.